Out of Compton, Will's got takes for days and Taylor's got reactions. Will Compton, what is your first take?
Yes, sir. Building off the take from earlier, when the Bengals beat the Bills this weekend, the Bengals will go on to win the AFC North.
So we had to crunch some numbers if we're going to do this. I don't have the notes right in front of me. But
you got Ravens, Dolphins,
yes,
Cardinals, and Browns.
Absolutely. So obviously if the Bengals have to win this game this weekend,
yes,
then the Ravens have to beat the Steelers and the Ravens have to drop one more. The Bengals have the Ravens at home. They've already beat them on Thanksgiving. A lot of domino effect happening there, but it is possible for Joe Burrow to show his face in January.
Sounds like you found the pass.
Sound like I'm there, and we're going after it.
I completely agree that the Bengals look like they could, with Burrow, become the most dangerous team. The question is that they dig themselves just too deep a hole.
Yeah.
You think about some of the games they lost this year, to the Jets, to the Bears, that might have doomed them. But I agree with you,
I
Burrow.
will say this, Joe Burrow's undefeated this year. Don't ask how many games he's played, but he's undefeated this year.
They are 3-0 when he starts. All right, Will, give me another one. This one in the South.
Jaguars win this weekend, and Jaguars are going to win the AFC South.
Nice, I like that. So the Jaguars win this game. They are going to be a full game ahead against the rest of the division. The Colts have the Eagles from a couple of years vibe, right? They start 7-1. Now they've been 1-3 in their last 4. You see that train kind of coming off the tracks a little bit. This division is going to come down to the Jaguars and the Houston Texans, and it's going to be the Houston Texans because of that defense. So I'm halfway there with the big guy.
It's interesting. If the Colts really do fall apart, I mean, the start of their season, the Indiana Jones MVP conversation.
And they put a lot of leverage in Daniel Jones' play by trading that first-round pick.
They did, and then Sauce gets hurt, and now the trouble, and so we'll see. You see the odds on your screen right there. The Texans with a win this weekend could start vaulting up that. Last one, I like this one is sort of a big picture NFC take.
Yes, I hate to say this one because I love the spirit of Chicago coming alive right now. But I'm saying that the NFC West are going to get 3 teams in the playoffs this year, and the Bears are going to fall. Packers are going to win the division. The Bears are not making the playoffs this year.
Okay, that is wild because obviously the Bears are sitting at the #1 seed right now. And Ben Johnson, like if it ends up the way it is right now, we're talking about Ben Johnson and Mike Vrabel, co-coaches of the year, if it stays the way it is. But I agree with him. Ben Johnson needs a lot of credit for what he's been able to do with his lackluster quarterback play by masking it with their run game they've been able to have. Eventually you get figured out. December's when you get figured out. I see it also just like the Colts. We're falling off the tracks a little bit there.
Fascinating. I think last weekend may have made believers out of a lot of people. Obviously, the Bussin' Boys are not 2 of those people. Now, you may be saying, if you don't watch the Bears play closely, what are they talking about? Caleb Williams is playing great. Well, let me show you some numbers, because I'm not 100% sure everyone recognizes that while Caleb Williams has certainly made enormous improvements, here are some stats. He is dead last in the NFL this season in completion percentage. That's 33rd out of 33 qualified quarterbacks. And he is 20th in yards per attempt. So it's sort of to make it clear what that, if you put those two together, it's not like he's hurling the ball down the field all the time, and yet it has been inaccurate. So, Dan, you are the first person I turn to all the time for things like this. Chicago is very excited about Caleb right now.
Yeah.
What are you seeing on the tape?
Yeah, lack of route detail and ball placement on a consistent basis. They're playing well on offense in spite of the pass game, but that's not just attached to the quarterback's performance. It takes all 11 to play at a high level. He's played better. He's been less problematic, but 3 clips. Bottom of the screen, the slot receiver's going to run a little bit of a choice route. He's going to get 2 safeties. Caleb, when you get this split safety defense, Caleb's going to start at the bottom, okay? Okay, ball should come out right now. Now, is that tight end contacting that defensive back too much? That's a missed throw. Well, is it because of the quarterback? Now, watch the choice route. He's ready to throw right now, but is DJ declaring to him, yes, I'm going to be open? Caleb resets and everybody's covered at the top. Then you go a little bit later to under center play action. Now, this is the one that really shows. Watch when he releases the football where DJ Moore is on his deep out or shake route, right? 1, 2, 3, ball's out right now. DJ is going to go 6 yards further in his depth. There's no way that should be the allocation of that, but the ball looks like a miss. And so is that the quarterback? Should he take a little bit longer in the drop? Did the receiver go too deep at the throw and says, the quarterback stinks? That one looks to be a little bit like both guys are doing a little bit wrong or not exactly the right thing, and that's why it looks like an incomplete pass.
So when Ben Johnson was critical earlier this week of his team's passing game coming off a huge win, I think he sort of made it clear he wasn't just talking about his quarterback.
Oh, he said?
I think
What did
we
he
all
say?
interpreted it. No, I mean, he kept saying the passing game. We all immediately said, oh, he's ripping Caleb Williams.
Nah.
But you're suggesting that he's talking maybe in larger, and he did clear it up a little bit. He wasn't denigrating Caleb. Look, here's the good news in Chicago was the bad news, or maybe it's reversed. The good news is they're playing so well, and Caleb has come so far from what he looked so lost last year. Now the expectations have gone from what you said they should be at the beginning of the season, just watch the continued improvement, which we are seeing, to all of a sudden, wait a minute, they could win the division, they could be the 1 seed, they could beat out the Packers, who were built to win it right this minute, and so maybe it's not quite ready for that. What are you seeing?
I'm seeing what Dan is seeing when you're watching an offense, especially in year 1 for Ben Johnson. The thing that makes him a special coach is that his offense is so detail-oriented. Right. And he was in Detroit for a long time, so they got to really fine-tune all those things to get to the max level that we saw before he took the Chicago Bears job. This is year 1. To your point, the receivers are slow out of those breaks. And if you have a corner route and it's on timing, if you take it inside stem for 3 steps, that will throw the throw off. When I watch Caleb Williams, I'm watching a quarterback who, yes, his completion percentage is down, and there are things he needs to get better at, continue to clean up mechanically. But he's managing the game better. He's still making pretty good decisions from what we saw a year ago. And also, we see him fixing protection issues and some of these receiver issues down the field. If they can start to connect with that level of detail, which is what Coach Johnson is referring to, then there is no ceiling for this team because they're playing like that in spite of that lack of detail, which is a success for Ben Johnson. Like that's why you go and hire him.
Let me get Shefty in here. Shefty, what is your take on Chicago right now?
To me, this is one of those teams that's got all the mojo going in the right direction right now. They're getting all the turnovers. Everything is going their way, and it just feels like one of those years where it's going to keep happening. Ben Johnson can do no wrong right now. He's beloved in Chicago. He's pulling all the right moves, making all the right decisions. And to me, this is where this team is where you want it to be. They're ahead of where anybody would have ever imagined the Chicago Bears. In what universe would we think we'd be in the first week of December and they would be the #1 seed in the loaded NFC?
So can they go to Green Bay and beat I didn't think they could go to Philadelphia and beat the Eagles. I will admit it. I picked them only because everyone else picked the other way. That game opened my eyes a little bit. This one, the last doubters will have to come over to their side if they go up there and they beat Micah and those guys.
They absolutely can go to Green Bay and do it. Green Bay's defense is fantastic. The one where you can get after them is try to run the football. I expect them to try to put Micah in a little bit of a blender and do a ton of different things to him. I do think it's a very easy place, Chicago, to play quarterback right now. It's the opposite of Philly. They're dominant on first down running the football, so they can control anything. But if I'm Green Bay, I would fully expect it for them to be like, no. Caleb's going to have to beat us. We're not going to let this run game beat us.
I noticed Greeny's continuing to ride the Bears. He's popular in Chicago, popular in his own household. Good move.
It's
smart.
At all times.
Why he gets paid.
And then the flip side. I mean, just for 30 seconds, Jordan Love played great on Thanksgiving. He always tends to play better as the season goes on. The Bears defense has been opportunistic, if not always good. Do you expect him to light them up?
I do, because Christian Watson has fixed this Packers offense. His ability to get down the field, his chemistry with Jordan Love down the field, and really accentuate what Jordan Love is great at, which is big-time throws, has helped right-size their passing game. And I expect Christian Love to be a big factor.
I had a lot of people over the course of the weekend, all of my guys, that think the Packers now look like the Super Bowl team in the NFC. Do they look like that to you?
They do. I would have Jordan Love 5th in the MVP right now, and he's just climbing.
This tends to be his best time of year. We will see. All right, as we continue. College chaos. 2 of the biggest brands in the sport and potentially 1 playoff spot between them. Does the committee have it all wrong on Miami Notre Dame? Plus, roll tide. Is Bama in or out with a loss to Georgia? Who will win the SEC championship? Josh Pate is back with us to discuss that. But first, we have their favorite time. The Bussin' Boys